Okay, now we're downstairs. Light switch. Boop. So here's the front. Back behind these chairs, make sure to dust that. Back behind the chairs, there's a lot of cobwebs and stuff. It's hard to see unless you got a spotlight like I'm using. And I can see there's some cobwebs up there. See them underneath there? So, I mean, they'll appear every single week. So make sure to get all this front area to make sure there's no cobwebs back there. Oh, there's a big old spider. He's right there with a bunch of cobwebs. So that's the kind of thing we're looking at. Dust all this. We want to go over the blinds real quick. Make sure to get the corners. Cobwebs, they love hiding down there. And you can see all the junk along those tracks. You can either vacuum that out or use a feather duster. So, smudges, we want to wipe that. Get the phone, I can see there's big old smudges on the phone. Dust all this. Only need to spray it down with glass cleaner if there's, I don't know if you can see the smudges. It's just a couple of fingerprints, that's it. So, real quick, we can just dust it down unless there's fingerprints. So here's another back section. We do the same thing. We dust, we wipe down if we need to. And there's always cobwebs up top. There's cobwebs that form in these lights a lot. We want to check those, right? So as we come around, here's some lights for us. Right, a lot of cobwebs will be up in between there floating around. So we want to make sure we get the cobwebs. Anywhere back behind things like that, we'll get a lot of cobwebs. Conference room table. This one's a pain in the butt. I can see, you can see all that. Oh, it looks nasty. They put furniture polish on it again. I'm going to talk to them about that. You got to use glass cleaner and get all this stuff up. See how nasty that looks? They're going to blame that on us. So I know last time this was spotless. So we got to tell them to stop using furniture polish on it. You just use glass cleaner and that will all look beautiful once we get it done. So what I'm doing is straightening up the chairs. You know, there's not enough room, so we can put this around the end. You know, make sure the chairs look nice so when they come in, it all looks nice and put together. There's the trash. Make sure there's no cobwebs. Look up top. Make sure there's no cobwebs. You can, oh, there's a big one right there. I don't know if you can see it. Big old, I don't know if you can see it when I'm blowing. A big old cobweb. So, and they appear all the time. So we want to get all these corners. Dust this. Dust the blinds. If they're down like this, you can pull the cord a little bit. Oh, and get that down there. Same thing with that one. When you're all done, vacuum out. Make sure you take the trash. Dust over there. Dust around the bottom, backs of the chairs once a month. Always close out. And the same thing. Another office. Another office here. Another office here. The paper recycle is right there. So this big old bad boy, you just lift it up. Oh, I just broke the clock. Okay, make sure you don't do that. Well, let's not do that. So there's where the paper goes. When you collect all the paper, so each office will have one, you know, with a little bit of paper in it, and there's the regular trash. So you can just take this whole and dump the trash out as long as it's dry. If it's wet, you change the bag. And this one would be very hard to dust just because there's so much stuff everywhere, but you can vacuum out. Make sure you get behind the door if there's room. This particular room, these lights get the whole thing. And here he just has regular trash. I don't see any recycle. There's another big trash can, not much in it. So the last part, make sure to dust all this, dust up here, is this room. So we have a lot of these partitions. You want to make sure to dust those. We dust this along here. There's the backs of the chairs. We've been, oh, there's still some right there. You can see we've been getting those. You dust everywhere you can. You get where you can, you know, if you need to get little fingerprints, but this one's almost impossible. There's too much stuff. But you can dust behind the computers, dust up here. I mean, that's very tough to dust with all those things. But all these tops, and almost everybody has 2 trash cans, one with paper, one with regular trash. You can see all this junk back here. We want to make sure we vacuum under here because there's so much junk under here. And the tops of these and this right here. You can even dust the glass because it gets a lot of dust on it. I don't know if you can see it, but it does collect a lot of dust. Same thing, dust up high, dust all of these.